My cousin. Now it's joined in America. They are leading the soda factory now. So they just arrived. The factory is deciding now.
Go in front. Go in front. Move.
Industrial Park. So, mukadde waffe General Salim Saleh kale akando naho tukwaniriza ne twenda kufuna oluyimba lwe
capitalist. I had chosen to become a venture capitalist, and that was my note to God. I had said, God's copy. I thought I had now reached a certain level of financial engineering. So I had written that small thing to God, thanking him for whatever he was doing with me, because I was really giving people credit, not knowing that they will not pay me. So if you go up, you'll see I was proud that I had financed about 50 products. And those products ranged from those Dynafarm, Afrokai, Akamba. I was a financial engineer, not knowing that these guys are going to cheat me. They are not going to pay me. So, by 2014, when 2015, I think, when I was contacted by phone from China by the president. He called me. I was in that old chivat there. guys were not ever going to pay me. So, and I had mortgaged it. I had mortgaged the council estate to UDB to get money to finance this madness. You can see the madness I was involved in. Tangauzi, Katunguruchumu, because I was obsessed with creating 50 products, especially food products. I never knew that an industrial park, how it comes, but we were doing it in our small way. And if you, now those guys, if this Zang had not come, I would be a dead guy with the people you know. The Nalongos, the Kaisers, the Mbalabia, the Delisas, Ndabia Odilisa, Ndabia Wamala. Twali wano mcharo nga tuzimba just a small thing, a small local, and for me I was their banker. I was the one lending them money, hoping that we can make those 50 products. Now when I got that call, I said, how am I going to be rich? He said, don't ask questions. You give those people, the person I'm sending, land. So the person was escorted by a powerful woman who at that time was in the minister for the presidency, Esther Mbayo. There. You should clap for that girl there. She's the one who came and said, I have instructions from the president, you must give this land to. So I told her, but the land, the title is in the bank. I can't get it for Zang. So that's how Zang restored that title of council from the bank. Not so? And he paid $700,000, which I had used now to finance those crazy ideas. So, because I couldn't ask him, because I had instructions from above, like these days you hear, you get instructions from above, you can't say much, you say, okay, let us go to the drawing board. So, now you can go back to your, I wanted this message to be sunk into the people's heads. Because if this man had not come, I would have been sold off completely. So, he restored council, and then I maneuvered him into Namunkekera. You know, I'm also a maneuverist. So, but that was 2015. But 13 years before, I was also in financial trouble. I had lost again money because of lending to people who couldn't pay. So I had gone to Moroto there to convince the president to suffer with me with my debts because I'm reckless with money. So I went to see him. He was still staying in a tent. You can see there is a tent behind there. That's where he was sleeping in Karamoji. So I told him all my problems that I had, financial, what. And he said, my dear, I was asking actually for a job back in the army. I wanted him to take me back to the army because UCB had failed, Coffee Marketing Board had failed, all those mistakes that I was involved in. So he told me, Saleh, the way you are today, if I gave you a job in the army, you are likely even to sell guns. I said, Mzee, is that true? Have I reached that level? He said, my friend, the way you know bankrupt people are very dangerous. He says, you go and sell everything. That was 2003. You go and sell everything, but don't sell Kapeka, because it will be full of industries at a certain stage. I said, but Mzee, really, you can't, he said, no, you don't sell everything, but don't sell Quebec. So 12 years later, that's when he calls me with Esther Mbayo and the former vice president, secondly, and they told me Mr. Zhang is coming. So I didn't know that because Mr. Zhang is an accumulationist. For him, he knows how to accumulate. And for me, I know how to distribute. So I said, now this one looks like a perfect setting. This one who knows how to accumulate. That's how Zhang found us. You can see. All those were micro, industrial, but micro. So when he came, I told him, now you can see, no, go back to that map, because that's where, for us we were an agro, industrial something. But all my partners who are here now, who have become rich, I can see them. Like Kaiser, where is Kaiser? He's there. Itawano, abagagawaride wano. Bali bameka. Kale bekweke ne Katonda bamwewakana. So that was my plan. That was my plan, and I was satisfied. And all the industries were up there. They were not on this scale. So, next slide. We were with Bulemezi 2014, which was headed by Saida Bumba there. Then we had in Suju, pumpkin powder, with Richard Chistu, I think. And later on, Sarah Kataike, she's there. Next, then honey. We were involved in honey. But all these were making losses, and they were not going to pay me. But they could easily have matured, I don't know. Now that was by a woman, there was an Erugwara woman, Bako, or something like that. Next. Now that's when the president came to take over, to check whether I have given the land to Mr. Zhang. So you can see Mbayo there, you can see Kataike there, you can see Mr. Shen, you can see Anite. That was, so they had come to check. Dressed like a soldier, like in those boots. So he was asking, have you given the man the land? I said, yes, we have. Do you have shares in the Ocean Industrial Park? I said, no, sir, I don't have even a single share. Up to today, I don't have. Because for me, the guy was rescuing me from bankruptcy. So I told them, I'm going to take cover, but for sure, after the 10th year, I think next year, I will also start floating in money. Because I waited for them, they have cooked, they have put, but next year, for sure, I'm very sure I'll have something in my pocket as a result of the partnership between the president and Zhang and the people and the investors. For me, now I have 0 shares in the industrial park, but I am trying my level best to see how I can gain from distribution, go up. Now, the other garden you saw, is what became this one now. Can you see the transformation? You change the other side, you change from those small industries into now this one. So out of the whole acreage of the farm, of the estate, the industrial park has 1,280 acres, which is fully secured with long-term lease. And the rest is really history. The rest can talk for itself. Now, all those are the products. Compared to my products, those are the products which are there now. Go back to the slide before. That one, you can see. Now, for me, I'm trying to create a system of distributing these products. Now, I didn't know for people, they are talking about the jobs which are inside the industrial park. But I didn't know that the people who are actually making the money are the ones who are distributing the products in the market. Now, they told me yesterday that they have, because I didn't want to enter their space. I didn't know that they said they have about 36,000 people who are distributing these products in the shops, in the market. So apart from the workers who are inside here, then the ones who are earning as a result of this industrial park are in the market already. Now, I have asked Mr. Zhang, please give me the list of these distributors so that I can charge them my commission. Because ordinarily, I should be the one distributing these products to the market. I should have been clever. But I said, no, you give them to the, like now, there is one I know whom I can't mention here. The man sells every month $3 million of products from Kapeka. And he has never even brought me a goat. Can you imagine? So how many of them are distributing and they are not, or abataza muzigo? Bakuita kuza muzigo. Waliwo abataza muzigo. Kakati next year, that's why I'm saying that next year ngenda kubeera ko n'obusimbi. Because mulabye wano nga nswala nga esente z'obwana nzisaba mu public. But Zang, next year, I'm going to be charging a fee of these guys who are making money. Because percentage is how much from the factory price to wholesale. You leave them like 10%. Yeah. So, yes, have you heard people? When it comes to money, then the English, they cannot hear it. But when they are talking about money, no problem, don't worry, don't spoil the occasion. But for me, I wanted the people to know this story. Because if I had not partnered with him, this place would have been fragmented into small pieces of land. Because we had veterans, we had ABHRO, we had all those groups like you saw in the earlier slide. Okay, go ahead. Now you can see, that is my chivat there. That was an upgrade. That was the first house there. Echivat mukiravejo we nalisula. Next slide. Next slide. Now, this is my problem. Today, this is my biggest problem. You can see block 269, I think, the Namunkekera Council is the most, these investors have invested about $400 million. But in the neighboring blocks, like that block of Baratira, is completely conflicted, and it's not going to be productive. The only productive blocks that I see here is Namunkekera Estate, Council Estate, Bambaga down here where the military have built the International Peace Support Operations Headquarters. The rest of the land is conflicted, Ramandan, PSST. This is now my biggest worry. Block yana Munkekere rimeka waina masusoma umbuli. Those ones who can reach the eyes there, where the main is block number 269. That is Namunkekera. Up, that is Council 295. But if you look at the 8 square miles of the estate of Elias Lukwago, Yakobo, yeah. Now that whole estate of Yakobo Rukwago is completely underutilized. Now you have got a lot of investment in 1,280 acres, but around it, there is zero investment. Now yesterday, the LC ones of Hoima came to see me, and I told them, for them they are lucky. They have a city, but they don't have an industrial park. Now for me, I have an industrial park without a city. Mr. Senfuma, where are you? The LC3, Jangu, net technical person war. That's why there is trouble among them here. People are celebrating that we are succeeding, but really what's happening outside the industrial park is dangerous. Because I want to know, Mr. Senfuma, how much is your budget per year? Abeto Roadwa Industrial Park. From Zindarao.
Mwami Senfuma wano.
That's where the whole danger is, and that's what I'm mobilizing for today. Pumped me up, but these days I know when to declare war or not. So, actually, if you wanted to know, I would allow the authors, the ones who had written the declaration of war, to come and read it, because, as I told you 5 years ago, NPA cooked me. You know when you are cooked and you are eaten like chapati. So they had cooked me with this statement, but I beg that we postpone the declaration until we have corrected the situation. At least those ones, these people who should have heard, I think they are here, they have heard. So with those few words, I don't have many. I'm very happy that they have revenged for me. I have products which I inspected outside there. I had a dream of only 50 products out of Kapeka, but to date, I think they are producing more than 1,000 products out of this place. So I can just, and by the way, you go up that place there, you see, people don't know what's happening in Kapeka. Like all of you who are here today, please don't go back to Kampala. We have a state-of-the-art lodge somewhere here. Behind here, how many rooms do you have, Doreen? Luxury rooms, hotel in Kapeka, there is a, how many? Only. So you can see, development is beginning to take place. But I'm worried about one thing, and I don't know whether, Mama Saida, do you want to elaborate, because you are the chairman of the effort? If you could add in some sort, but I know hunger mistreats you. Naye kankusabe because oyo ye mukama wange mu byebulemizi. Yagamba gwe naawadde omulimu gw'okulongoosa ensonga eri ey'ettaka liri eritali productive, because 2 square miles surrounded by about 100 square miles of unproductive land is not a case for celebration. So Mama Saida, you say a few words and guide us, because reading this statement of war, I think is not going to provide us anything better. So you give us an outline and then we'll see what to do.